Remember those Norwegian scrolls that we were finding on like the Wounded Coast and up in Sundermount, Norwegian, whatever. Those all lead to this final demon boss, essentially. Kind of like the evil tomes led to Zebenkek, this one leads to one called Hybris, who isn't as difficult, in my opinion. Isn't near as difficult as Zebenkek was at the time, at least. But there you have it.
Have you located any Canary blades?
This is what I found.
If you find more, bring them to me.
And turning those in one or two at a time is paying off. Seriously. I'm really digging that. Let's go make one last look at the merchants over here. See if they got anything. Alright, so anyway, this guy's hidden lair is apparently in Darktown somewhere. And this can't be a coincidence that all the main demon bosses, I guess, are found down in the sewers or the dwarven structures underneath Darktown and Kirkwall. And that it's directly under where Hightown sits, essentially, because like we go there near Anders' clinic to go find the basement that leads to the Emil family estate, and then we see where the estate actually is later because now we live in it, right? And so I would assume that's directly above Anders' clinic, you know, basically in proximity. So you got to assume most of Darktown down there that the mansions and stuff sit right on top of them. And then, of course, we went and dealt with Sebastian's whole deal, and we wound up finding like a Tevinter ruin down there. And of course, you know, the demons that were summoned by that one lady. Of course, she was a blood mage too, right? Go figure. Anyway, so after some running around like a chicken with its head cut off, I did find the secret entrance here. Once again, coincidentally, the same entrance we used to get to the Emil basements also lead to this place. Nice to know we've been living right on top of this.
The seals are gone. Foolish wards held by pretenders. Aspects. The true source is missing. The power unheld. But I command a peace.
Summoned a horror. Of course I did. Why wouldn't I do that?
Horrors are pieces, slivers of greater crimes. I am pride with reason. I enslave the whims and weirds, the dreams from the other side of the veil. Face me. Face everything.
Yeah, this guy wasn't so bad, in my opinion. Not near as bad as the Zebenkek was at the time, anyway. But, if you're having a problem with this guy, which I can see, some of the things he does can be pretty nasty. If I'm playing a rogue, I mean, obviously I'm sitting here playing a rogue. I just get behind him, you know, and stay out of the way of his crushing prison there, which also seems to act like a pull of the abyss type thing going on. But it can freeze you in place and do some minor spirit damage, but basically holds you there long enough for other attackers like the shades that he summons and so on and so forth to annoy you. So anyway, stay out of the way of that. If I was playing a warrior, I'd probably try to do something of the same, although I'd probably draw more attention. Good thing is you can hit multiple targets as a warrior, especially a big two-hander. But once you get some attention from the shades, basically, you know, well, if you're playing a rogue, stealth out. If you're playing a warrior, probably just take care of him, you know, and then go back to working on him. But if you're playing a ranged character like a mage or an archer, then I would stay back, and as soon as you draw some attention, just kite them around until they get interested in Evelina, assuming you got Evelina along as your tank, whoever your tank is. And then once they can draw the hate off of you, then go back to work on this guy. You need him down, that's the bottom line. You need him down as quick as possible, because he will just summon seemingly endless numbers of shades and such as backup. Make sure they're not harassing your mages too much. there you have it.
It's done.
Like I say, just concentrate on him as much as you can. Getting preoccupied with the ads, with the shades and the rage demons, which seem to like just pretty much continually spawn. I don't know if it's based on how much damage you're doing to him, like, you know, if he's at like 80% health and 60% health type of thing, or if he just summons more as soon as you kill the first ones. But it seems to be more or less never ending. And actually, this wasn't the first successful time that I killed him, but this is one that was pretty much the cleanest. Another one took quite a bit longer, and it had to do with killing a lot more of these guys as I went. Finally, I realized that Evelina can pretty much handle it, with Anders only having to really worry about her, you know, to keep her on her feet, and she's got her, you know, elemental aegis up, and the rest of her defense is up, so she can take a pounding. And that's her job, you know, and let her do her job, and she was drawing most of the other hate. Now, I think his little Pull of the Void thing, or whatever he was doing, his Crushing Prison, hurt the shades, too. So when they went in there to bother Evelina, they got trapped in it themselves. That's how it seemed to me. They were much easier to kill like that. But anyway, let's get out of here. Finally dealt with that, and that's, one more demon boss down. Underneath Darktown. A very properly named place, if you ask me. There's been lots and lots of trouble here throughout the game, if you think about it. Zebenkek was here. The smuggling caverns usually led out of here, where, you know, the corrupt Templars and Carta and stuff had their way in and out of the city, and just so on and so forth. This is apparently the route in and out of Kirkwall for all the bad elements. Like Evelina, I think it's Evelina that said, basically, if you see them run for the sewers, they're gone, you know? Right, well, this won't be the last we see of this place, but, it's nice to be here under, peaceful circumstances.
This is a difficult time.
Okay, so there's Orsino, and he's definitely situated under the watchful eye of Meredith, right? I mean, we can see that here. And there's bad blood between them. So, I mean, this can't end well. And, you know, the more they resist, the harder she pushes. The harder she pushes, the more they resist type of thing. But I would like to point out one thing, is there's a difference between actions and reactions. Not justifying the things that the Templars do here. The crimes we've uncovered. Meredith isn't guilty of a lot of them, but it's under her watch, and not stopping it is as bad as doing it in some ways.
Champion, welcome.
Always a pleasure. And may I say, that outfit was a wise choice.
There was an incident within the gallows. A number of phylacteries were destroyed, and several mages took the opportunity to escape. We've recovered most of the fugitives. However, I require your assistance in tracking down the last 3.
How did the phylacteries get destroyed?
An insurrection. Several of my own Templars orchestrated the escape, presumably out of sympathy for the mages. They turned their backs on their duty and endangered their charges, as well as the city. Thankfully, most who escaped fled to their families and offered no resistance. The last 3 are proving more difficult.
I'm surprised you would turn to me. We haven't always seen eye to eye.
I have asked you to track these fugitives so you might see for yourself what we Templars deal with every day. If you still think them worth our mercy, tell me then.
I'll see what I can do.
I am relieved. I was expecting resistance after that debacle at the market. Talk to these mages' families. Learn where they are hiding and find them before they do harm. You will see that imprisonment or death is sometimes the only kindness we can offer. Speak to my assistant Elsa. She can tell you whatever you need to know about the fugitives. I bid you good day, champion.
Good day, champion of Kirkwall.
Knight Commander Meredith has informed me that you will be tracking down the apostates on behalf of the Templars. There are 3 of them. Huion, Emil, and Evelina.
Why does Meredith have a tranquil assistant?
She flaunts what she can do to mages. She likes to rub our faces in it.
The Knight Commander believes tranquil mages to be efficient and single-minded. I, in particular, am extremely organized.
Are the apostates blood mages?
The Knight Commander suspects this, yes.
But she does not know for certain.
The Knight Commander tends to assume all apostates practice blood magic. She prefers to err on the side of caution.
I want to hear about Huion.
Huion is an elf. He was apprehended in the alienage 10 years ago. His wife, Nisa, works for a dressmaker in Lowtown.
Have the Templars spoken to her?
Yes. Nisa insists she has not seen Huion since he joined the Circle.
Could Huion be hiding among the other elves in the alienage?
The Templars' searches uncovered nothing. The Templars have also concluded that few other elves would risk hiding him. Huion was taken many years ago. Most of the alienage's inhabitants do not even know him.
Tell me what you know about Emil.
The second apostate is Emil de Lancey, 5th son of the Comte de Lancey.
Out of Hightown. Some of our more vocal and delicate nobility. They are home in the evenings authoring complaints.
What have they said to the Templars?
The Comte and Comtesse say they have not seen Emil since he was a child.
What do you know about the de Lanceys?
Comte Guillaume de Lancey is a minor noble from Orlais. He and his wife came to the Free Marches over 3 decades ago. Emil was born in Kirkwall and sent to the Circle at age 6.
What do you know about Evelina?
Evelina was trained for 8 years in the Circle in Ferelden. She was last seen in her former residence among the refugee community in Darktown.
How did she come to be in Kirkwall?
Evelina claims to have fled the Blight, not the Circle. She presented herself to the First Enchanter on her arrival and asked to take her place here.
And doesn't sound like a fugitive. Anything else?
Our files indicate she petitioned Meredith for financial support of numerous other pre-adolescent Blight survivors.
Did the Templars run into her in Darktown?
Yes, they tracked her there, but she killed several pursuers. The Templars believe she is the most dangerous apostate.
I have all the information I require for now.
Good luck on your search, Champion of Kirkwall.
Now, to be fair, looking on both sides of this, from what I've seen so far, gathering the evidence and having talked to people and seen behind the scenes on what the mages have done, and, you know, it's really, actually, it's just impossible to overlook Orsino's involvement in the death of my mother and his whole involvement with every kind of unsavory, unnecessary kind of magic. All that necromancy bullshit and the blood magic bullshit, and him providing books to a guy to do this who he knows is a serial kidnapper, killer. Can't look outside of that. Now, if he is the head enchanter, then anyone under his watch gives Meredith cause to react. Now, how she reacts, let me just point this out to be fair. If you have some mages, right, and apparently the mages from outside the Kirkwall Circle, coming from circles that haven't suffered anything what the mages at Kirkwall suffer, but being just as obstinate, if not even more, having blown up their circles successfully. Would this circle have been blown up if it weren't for Meredith's strong arm? Probably also, because we saw the one in Ferelden blown up, we saw the one in Starkhaven blown up.
Champion, it seems you've become less a friend to the Templars in the years since your ascent. But surely you can see the Knight Commander directly now, should you wish. What would you have of me?
Everyone says the Knight Commander's gone crazy. Are you still behind her?
The people ask too much of her. She needs a spine of iron to survive her position. I have seen madness before. I saw Uldred's eyes when there was nothing human left in them. The Knight Commander. She is not there yet, but I do not have to ask where the rumors come from.
If it comes to war with the mages, whose side do you think the Grand Cleric will take?
She is bound by faith and duty to support the Templars. We have dominance over mages by divine right. But it is cruel how she leads them on, letting them think they might have a chance at rebellion.
I just wanted to see how an old friend is doing in this difficult time.
After what happened in Ferelden, I told myself I would never again question the purpose of the Order. But it grows harder each day to tell whether I'm serving the Templars or only the Knight Commander. It may be that they are no longer one and the same.
Anyway, alright, so, if it weren't for Meredith's strong arm, I believe this circle would have already been burned to the ground, probably been the first to go. Alright, so, I'm not saying what she's doing is right, what I'm saying is she's just delayed a little longer the inevitable. If mages are evil, and they are dead set, and I'm saying the mages using the blood magic, looking to empower their own magic to conquer and rule over others and things, rather than just, you know, have their magic understanding it can be a weapon and a tool, and just use it responsibly, right? Some people can drink socially, some people are alcoholics, okay? So you have these mages who act like this. If they're dead set on doing what they do, they're going to do that, all right? And if they don't have an excuse, well, that's their excuse, is that you didn't give them an excuse. Now they're mad at you for that. In other words, once people are dead set in their brain to abuse their power, they're going to. And so, you know, Meredith is up against that, so she's dealt with it with a strong arm. Had she dealt with it with a lot of leniency and just let the mages just do whatever, what's going to happen here in this game just would have happened sooner. That's what I believe. So Meredith is wrong in a lot of her actions, and it's understandable a lot of her reactions. And that's what I was going to say. There's a difference between actions and reactions. Some people are mad. Some people can be led to madness. And I'm not saying, oh, Meredith's completely innocent. She's just the victim here. Although in some sense that is true, sort of. But on the other token, being a complete hard ass and stuff, she hasn't endeared herself to many. She's asked for a lot of the criticism, but she's been willing to take it too. So, I don't know.
You look lovely tonight, my lady.
Oh, you are too kind. I am so honored to have the champion in my home. I will call for refreshments. Talia? Oh, she is so slow, this girl. Come, let us chat while we wait.
Thank you for your hospitality, Comtesse. I need to speak to you about Emil.
Hospitality? This? Oh, it is a disgrace. If you had just sent a message to say you were coming. I haven't seen Emil since he was taken to the Circle. He was just 6. You can tell the Templars not to worry. I am sure Emil will turn himself in soon. He is a good boy.
Dulcie, what have you done? You should have told the boy to throw himself at the mercy of the Templars.
Guillaume, darling.
Don't darling me, Dulcie. He's been telling people he's our son, that you gave him gold.
Guillaume, darling, we have guests.
I am your son's best chance for mercy from the Templars.
Mercy? They wouldn't really hurt him, would they? Oh, you should have seen his face. It just broke my heart. I gave him some money, not too much. He said he wanted to start a new life.
New life? His new life is spent in low-town taverns, getting drunk on cheap wine. It's a wonder the Templars haven't found him yet. Help us, please, champion. Emil is not a blood mage, just a foolish boy. Don't let the Templars kill him.
Blood mage? Oh, Guillaume, don't say that.
Please, save my son's life.
If there is a way to help Emil, I will find it.
Thank you, champion. An acquaintance spied Emil in the Hanged Man not long ago. He should still be there.
The Hanged Man? Oh, but that place is filthy.
Come, Dulcie. Perhaps you should lie down.
Or lesions.
Okay, well I'm gonna loot their house. if they don't mind, you know, while I'm here. So we're going to find that some of the stuff is trapped here, interestingly enough. You know our legions. Almost as hard to figure out as a Canary. But anyway, okay, you know, I mean, I know that the debate is really hot, and I think a lot of the vehemence that you hear from me against mages comes from, well, really experience. Like I say, okay, if I was living in a real world, in a real society where you had this type of thing present, you had magic present and all the problems that are involved with it, right? And that fence that is drawn to where you take one side or the other type of thing, because it is an issue to take sides on, really, to either be supported or, you know, supported and defended, or, you know, opposed. And so I look at it and I say, if this was real, I go back through the history of mankind, at least what's written. What information would I have to draw on in a society where this was present, all right? And in other words, what influencing factors would I have to think about and consider in drawing a judgment and decision based on this? Like, which side of the fence would I take for or against this type of thing? And what I see is the magic initially, right? Call it a gift, call it a curse, whatever. And an object in and of itself isn't anything till you pick it up and do something with it. It takes somebody using it, okay? Well, there's some people born with it, okay? So that kind of complicates matters a little bit, all right? What has been done with it historically, right? Throughout history, what good from magic has trickled down through the history books, and what bad? Okay, bad. Let's see. It was magisters that tried to breach the veil and break into heaven and take over the golden city and show the maker just what for, and blah blah blah. Okay, now, okay, you're talking about the first sin was magic related, all right, done by mages, and then, you know, well, that was magic. That was just those magisters. That's fine, but that's what men do with magic. And since then, I see a pattern of that same type of prideful behavior. That same type of, I don't just want power, I want more of it. Power is like a drug, you know? And that really is true. You know, I get it. Is it understandable? Maybe so, but still not justifiable, because the result is lots of innocent people die. Bottom line, you know, and you have wars waged behind this and so on and so forth. And anyway, I don't see good coming from it. It's supposed to be used to serve man, but it seems like it's only been used to rule over man. And if it's not being, it will be by that person, because, okay, here's the downside. That person is twice as susceptible to demonic influence and possession simply for the fact that they have magic. They are a powerful tool for some spirit to come in and wreak havoc in the world and kill people just because they're bored, or just because they're mad, or just whatever, you know. Rage demon, desires demons, looking to control things, looking to manipulate men like puppets and do what they do. Okay, well, that's not the mage's fault. Well, no, it's not the mage's personal fault. In other words, they didn't decide before they were born, at least as far as I know, that, yeah, let me be born with magic so my life will be harder. I don't think any of them make that conscious decision. They're born with it. There is an out, is that you have circles available, right, to where you can go learn to control your weapon. You can learn to control these tools that you have. And I guess just even investigating a mage leads to this. All right, and you have blood mages. Okay, so the blood mage threat is real. Getting randomly attacked by blood mages for even looking into the whereabouts of any mage whatsoever. Does this show that Emil is in fact a blood mage and these guys are looking out for him? Or that Seine overheard what Meredith said to us and sent some of his lackeys to try to take us out now? Because we're the only real threat to his quote-unquote mage rebellion. It's one or the other, or both. I don't know. Anyway, I don't actually. We'll deal with Emil here shortly. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do Meredith's little quest here, search out these mages and see just what's what. And I'll investigate and I'll look. And I'm not going in with a blind eye. If they're a mage, they need to die. I'm not doing that. But at the same token, I can assume from history what they are, and majority of the time you're going to be right. And that's the whole point, is if I look down through history, if I was in a real world where all this was present, and I had the information that available here to draw from, historically what has been done with magic, I would draw the conclusion that mages tend to be bad or turn bad, for the most part. Now, if you saw 100 people at your front door, and they all looked like thugs, But I told you, you can't discriminate against any of these 100 people because one of them might not be an actual thug. And you need to give them all the benefit of the doubt for the sake of the feelings of that one person. So you let them into your house and they steal all your shit and they kill your children and they rape you or your wife, whatever, or both of you, and, you know, blow up your shit and leave. Okay. Was that worth the risk you took worrying about the feelings of one person that may or may not be a thug? Okay. I'm using a not so extreme example to say, well, when you're dealing with mages, you're the same type of thing. Is if a mage usually ends up a certain way, right? Do you give all mages the opportunity to freely abuse their power in the case that you might hurt one of their feelings?
Emil de Lancey?
Wow. Are you a mage? Because you just magicked my breath away.
That's so bad, dude. You and Evelina are a pair.
You need more practice with women.
Can I practice on you? In private?
That would never work. Your tongue's not raspy enough. At best, you just drool a lot.
He's lived in the circle all his life. He can't function in the real world.
A round of drinks on me. I'm Emil, as you know, and you are.
Feeling very sorry for you. I'm also helping the Templars hunt a mage named Emil de Lancey. And here you are.
Oh, buggery. I know what this is about. I'm not a blood mage, all right? I started that rumor because I thought it would make me sound dangerous and suave.
Do you have a death wish? You grew up in the circle. You know what the Templars do to blood mages.
I've only told people in the tavern, and only women. You don't understand. I've been in the circle since I was 6. 6! For 20 years I was locked up. Never had a real drink or cooked something for myself. Never stood in the rain or kissed a girl.
The Ferelden circle's more fun. Everyone was kissing everyone. Though that was before the abominations.
I just wanted to live a little. If you are going to kill me, do it. I'd rather die drunk.
He just wants to get laid. Bottom line.
Did you really escape the circle so you could kiss a girl?
Well, not just that. I've read so much about the other things you can do with girls.
I can't believe we've wasted our time on this, idiot.
I just don't want to die a virgin.
You can't run. The Templars will find you eventually.
I'll make you a deal, all right? Give me one night. Just one night. One of the tavern girls, Nella, agreed to lie with me. I even paid for a room. Please, let me have this. You can take me back in chains after.
I'll wait here till you're ready to go back to the circle.
Thank you.
Gotta be merciful sometimes. I totally get it. He's like, so worth it.
Well?
I'm not going to tell you about it. That was utterly worth it. Back to the Templars.
He doesn't even care. He's good now. Okay, like, alright, totally down with that. Okay, now there you have the exception, but did he come across as the all-powerful, mwahaha, blood mage acting innocent? Oh, please, Miss Sayre. You need to understand. He didn't do all that. He was just like, look, man, seriously? I'm doing whatever it takes to get some here. I've never had any, and I want some. You can kill me after that, I don't care. But I need to live a little. I totally get it. Totally get it. It's funny as he says he's never cooked for himself, so that means he's had his meals made for him. Oh, they're so abused. They really are abused here in the Kirkwall Circle, but the other circles are more like resorts, honestly. A lot of them. College resorts.
Oh, greetings, Monsieur. Meryl, what are you doing here?
We're here about Huion, Misa.
Oh. When the Templars came, I told them the truth. I hadn't seen Huion in 10 years. But after they left, he came to me. He wanted me to hide him. I used to dream of him returning, but not like this. He's changed, and I don't know him anymore. I sent him away.
How has Huion changed?
He was obsessed with showing everyone true elven power. He frightened me.
Did he hurt you?
Only broke my heart.
Did you see him use any magic? Perhaps blood magic?
Would she know it to see it?
I don't know. I don't think he used magic on me.
So you hadn't seen him since he left you?
Huion didn't leave me. He was taken away. When the Templars found out he was a mage, they chained him and dragged him from the alienage, in front of everyone. Now I'm trapped in this sham. Married, but with no husband and no future.
Do you know where Huion went after you sent him away?
I don't know. He disappeared. But Huion said he would return to take me away from this forever.
A user, just looking for another handout.
I don't know what he means, and I am afraid of him, Monsieur.
Would it help if I returned? I'll make sure you're safe.
I would be grateful. Huion said he would come to the alienage soon, at nightfall. Are you going to arrest him? I think he needs help. Maybe the Circle will be able to heal whatever troubles him.
Yeah, I don't think so. And here we see the more common side of magic. Apostates left without circle training. This is why they drag them away in chains. Hopefully they don't kill 20, 30 innocent people on the way out. Let's remember what I was saying about if you have to give every mage the benefit of the doubt, just in case there's an innocent one mixed in there somewhere, this is what you get.
Huion.
Hush, love. Don't be afraid. Your blood will bring new life to our people. She was so beautiful.
Someday I'd like to go 1 week without meeting an insane mage. Just 1 week.
I'm a visionary. I've seen our destiny. I know what fate holds for the elves. The humans keep us down because they're afraid of the magic within us. Look at the magic Misa held inside her. She was just afraid to use it.
What is it with elves and blood magic?
You're one to talk. The ultimate hypocrite with the mouth. Wish Anders wasn't still alive. Alright, and this is a typical mage. Sorry, it's just the way that it is. That's typical right there. Look at this dude, man. Oh wow, hit me with Stone Fist, I think. He's got a lot of the same stuff that Meryl has. Oh God, dude. Just die. See, they've always got an excuse. I'm gonna unleash the power of my... No, you're gonna be a pathetic brat over here killing a few people before you're finally exterminated. Friggin' cockroach. The epicness in my brain. Anders suffers from that. Epicness that you've got going on in this Hollywood cinematic production you've played out in your head, in which you're the star role of the one who's gonna bring back everything, and the demons just play off that, and it's so pathetic. When you look at it from out of the box... You know, have you ever seen the memes where what you saw in your head and then how it really happened? It's this epic Hollywood production in your head. How it really went down is just some embarrassing shit that you don't want anyone to hear about the next day. Okay? And it's just pathetic. It's, you know, but demons can play off this, and it's not just pride like this. But we'll see, we get a really good example from the BioWare writers here, actually. If you look at it for what it is, from the next mage that we're going to go find, is they can also play off charity and sympathies, and they can make the best intentions corrupt. And, you know, even the Templars will say that, even Colin will say that, even the most well-intentioned mage can fall to temptation. It's true, because the demons play off that too. And so I'm supposed to pity mages even more and let them murder more people because of that. No, that's not logical. That's not reasonable. All right? If you were Meredith, all right, you may not do a lot of the things she's done. You may be a lot more lenient, which means that this shit that you see here just happens a lot sooner, right? Because they have a lot more liberty to exercise their blood magic BS, right? But whatever you do or however you do it, bottom line is, how do you respond to people who are bent on abusing their power? How do you react to that? Let them, people die. Don't let them, they get emo about it, and people die anyway.
Get back to Hightown and leave us alone.
Does Evelina live here? Why are you here?
This is our home as much as it is hers. Evelina shared everything she had with us. Evelina found us when the Darkspawn came, when our parents died. She made sure we got to Kirkwall safely.
I miss her.
But when she went to join the Circle here, they called her apostate for leaving the tower in Ferelden. They locked her up.
You came from Ferelden?
Yes, until we got here, I thought we were the only ones who had survived.
Don't you have any other family?
Everyone died in the Blight. Evelina kept picking us up, new children every day, everyone she could save.
Do the Templars know you're here?
They don't care. They only want Evelina.
Didn't she want to stay free with you?
She didn't want us to be stuck in Darktown. She wanted to give us a real life. She thought the Circle would help her, but they just locked her away.
If you tell me where Evelina is, I'll try my best to help her. You can trust me.
No one can help her.
The Templars made Evelina angry. They made her
No,
change.
they didn't make her change.
It wasn't her fault. When it was over, she was ashamed. She ran into
It
the
wasn't
tunnels and
her
hid.
fault.
Shut up, Cricket. Don't tell them that.
She's in the sewers, child.
You can't go there. She'll know we told you and she'll be angry at us.
Angry? I didn't like when she got angry. We have to hide.
Okay, well, a child's judgment, I guess, is excusable. Problem is, a lot of adults have the same judgment. It's not her fault the Templars made her do it. No. I'm gonna go all the way back to the very beginning when the Magisters first tried to, as Sarah puts it, crack the Golden City. Okay, there were no Templars to blame then. They've been doing the same shit ever since. It's just the way it is. And just remember, a person was killed to bind each one of these demons here. Just so you know, a person was killed to bind each one of these demons. Was it the children? She claimed to be helping? But now she has an excuse. The bottom line is the demons get what they want. A bunch of dead, innocent children. Or people. I'm assuming probably children. Just to make this story even worse. If it could be worse. Yeah.
Watch your step.
It's amazing to me is human life is so expendable in the name of their cause, which isn't just, right? To preserve their lives while they're the ones out killing people. It doesn't really make sense. It's not reasonable. It's not sane. You say once again, well, what about the Templars? Well, what about the Templars reacting to this? And like I say, if you put yourself in the shoes of the Templars, well, you have to do something. If you don't, and these mages are just run amok, then they're just allowed to do what they do, just a whole lot more and a whole lot faster, right? So really all you can do is temper the mages and keep them from killing everybody today. Now they'll just kill everybody, but it's going to take a week instead of a day, type of thing. But what do you do? Well, not all mages are bad. 99% are, and if they're not, they will be. That's what history has proven. There don't appear to be really any exceptions to that rule. What about Bethany? Well, she's not dead yet, right? She's still got a ways to go. She can turn at any point. I mean, I'm just saying. It's just, wow. I don't know. Like I say, there's a difference between actions and reactions. You know, if someone forces you in a corner to deal with something, what do you do to a problem that has really no solution outside of exterminating mages? That's an actual foolproof solution, although I don't think you can find and kill every mage. If you thought mages were running and hiding like apostates now, imagine if you just had a martial law pronounced where they all died at birth, type of thing. You know, like with the Pharaoh and the Israeli children, or Caesar and around the time of, you know, baby Jesus, you know, that type of thing where you just, you know, kill everybody to prevent something from happening. Okay, so if you do that, then how much more people are they going to run and hide? So I mean, that's not a solution anyway, and I wouldn't even recommend that. People have the right to live. All I'm saying is that there has to be a system in place to, even if you have to do it by force, and I do agree with this, corral mages and instill in them an understanding of the tool that they have at their disposal of magic and how to use it responsibly, right? And it has to be a nurturing environment, and that's where it falls on the Templars. But, you know, after seeing so many blood mages kill so many innocent people, Templars tend to get bitter. And when you get bitterness in authority, then people are going to get abused, all right? That's not excusing the Templars either, you know? I mean, if you're an asshole, you're an asshole. But it's not an excuse, but it can be a reason. You know, there's a difference. It's just something to think about.
What are you doing here?
I thought if we warned her about you, she wouldn't be angry. But then she...
Walter...
She's coming! Run!
Well, they're right to be afraid.
There you are. Don't run from me, Walter. You know those are the rules.
Funny. In my house, we always felt running away from violent mad women was a good thing.
These are my children. You and your kind abandoned them. You're Ferelden, like us. That you feast on sweetmeats while your people starve in the undercity.
That's what the demon says to you in your brain, huh?
Spit on you, traitor.
And on the Templars that sent you, Kirkwall should be mine. Then my children will have a whole city to play in.
And how many people died to make all these demons that you bound to your will because you're a powerful mage, because you're going to teach somebody something by killing everybody, and... Well, she got a pretty powerful demon if she can shape change. Shape changers tend to be the more powerful ones, right? I believe that's the case. Let's get rid of some of her ads here.
I don't understand. Evelina loved us. She saved us. Why would she try to hurt us now?
Evelina would never hurt you, child. That was a demon. Remember her as she was. A brave, kind, loving woman.
I'll try.
This isn't going to stop.
Oh, God! And you would still blame...
They make us take drastic measures just to be free.
Like Evelina did.
Exactly.
I just don't know what we'll do now.
Take this, and use it wisely.
Thank you, Miss Eyre. I should go buy
If
some
mages
food
are not made accountable,
They've been hungry for a long
responsible for their actions, and they will continue to do this. Anders shows the insane, illogical reasoning, which nurtures this type of stuff. How many people had to die here? Well, they were pushed. No, stop making excuses. No. Even the most loving, kind, compassionate mage can turn to this, and not at the hand of a Templar. The demon will find an excuse. If the Templars happen to be the face of that excuse, whatever. If it wasn't that, it'd be something else. That's what I'm saying. What's funny is the mages don't want to be labeled, but they're quick to paint anybody Templar. Hypocrites. I'm not taking sides here. I'm just saying the mages are acting and the Templars are reacting. And reacting badly. And the ones that are acting amongst them are so corrupt that they have no excuse either. But they aren't the source of the problem. They're a symptom. The source of the problem is the abuse of magic, which mages just can't seem to not do.
I'm led to believe that both Huion and Evelina are dead. Unfortunate, but necessary. Emil de Lancey, however, turned himself in. Rather happily, I might add. I would have had him executed immediately, but the boy's father made an impassioned appeal on his behalf. What say you, champion? Do you believe Emil to be dangerous?
He was never a danger to anyone but himself.
Very well. Emil will keep his life, though I will watch him closely.
I am pleased to have played a part in keeping the city safe.
Wait. That's it? Pay us and send us on our way? Not a single thought given to the fact that you Templars brought all of this
No,
upon
the mages are
yourselves?
influencing the Templars too. They've admitted it already.
Your friendship with the champion protects
Kill him on the
you
spot.
so much.
Meredith, I'm cool with it. He is a blood mage and he's possessed.
If not now, when?
We do what we think is best for this city, mage. That is all we can do. I bid you good day, champion.
Oh, don't worry, Meredith. Anders has something planned that's not the best for the city. I promise. In his hypocrisy. Just proving a point.
This is a difficult time.
Sorry, stubbornly supporting mages, saying that there's some plight, some justifiable excuse for their actions, is just defying reason and being guilty of what the mages are guilty of. Might as well go ahead and put your hand to every innocent person they've killed. Might as well, to support that, because what they do, no, it has no excuse. It has no justification. They come from elsewhere to do this shit here. You know, got to consider that also. They just want an excuse, and weak-minded people will buy that excuse. Alright, so if you want to subscribe, click that button up top. If you want to watch the rest of this Let's Play up to this point, click that image there in the middle, and I will catch y'all later. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.